North Korea. It is number 180 out of 180 on the Press Freedom Index, the most repressive regime in the world. Headed by Kim Jong-un since 2012, North Korea's totalitarian regime continues to keep its citizens in a state of ignorance. The widespread adoption of mobile phones, including smartphones, has been accompanied by many technical measures to provide the regime with almost complete control over communications and files transmitted over the national intranet. North Koreans can still be sent to a concentration camp for viewing, reading, or listening to content that is provided by a media outlet based outside of the country. The North Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, is the only permitted source of official news for the country's other media. Ostensibly, the Korean authorities are displaying greater flexibility towards the international media, allowing more foreign reporters to cover official events. In September of 2016, the Agence France Presse even opened a bureau in partnership with the KCNA, as the Associated Press already did in 2012. In reality, the regime continues to exercise meticulous control over the information available to the foreign media. Now, I would like to read to you an article published by the British Broadcasting Corporation that was written just before Kim Jong-un took his father's throne in 2012, titled, North Korea's Tightly Controlled Media. Media within North Korea, officially known as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, are among the most tightly controlled in the world and fall under the governance of the Korean Workers' Party, or, according to some, until his death, the dear leader Kim Jong-il himself. The regime bombarded the population with flattering reports about Kim Jong-il and his daily agenda, with radio and television reports often leading on Kim's guidance visits to industrial, agricultural, or military sites, where he was often photographed and filmed offering advice to local workers or servicemen. North Korea's economic hardships or famines are not reported to the domestic audience, which are instead informed of technological advances as a result of the leader's revolutionary thinking. The internet is still not readily available within the DPRK, but mobile phones have appeared on the streets of the capital after a ban was lifted in 2008. The press freedom organization Reporters Without Borders often cited Kim Jong-il as a predator of press freedom, with only Eritrea ranked below North Korea in its 2010 Press Freedom Index. Well, that has obviously changed in the last 8 years. While state media remains tightly controlled, the NGO noted that there has been an increase in the flow of news and information into North Korea from both foreign radio stations and organizations which send multimedia across the border, including things like NCIS and other cop dramas, which show the population, people being read their rights before they're arrested, something that they never could have conceptualized before. Pyongyang also operates a number of national and local radio networks, including a station intended for servicemen stationed on the contentious border with the South. Newspapers such as the official party mouthpiece Rondong Shinmon are all owned by the state. Radio and TV sets in North Korea are supplied pre-tuned to government stations and radios and must be checked and registered with the police. According to reports from dissident and de facto groups, some North Koreans purchase a second radio set that is not registered, enabling them to listen to foreign broadcasts. One radio network is wired into most residents and workplaces. This carries news and commentary that is considered too sensitive for consumption outside of North Korea, such as criticizing economic activities that are inconsistent with national policy. Reports from refugees say that they also those who take the risk of opening the preset radios in order to be able to tune into other frequencies. A number of radio stations operate from the South, but it's difficult to find out how successful they are at reaching their intended audience. Internet access in North Korea is restricted to a small section of the elite who have received state approval, and to foreigners living in Pyongyang. The only option, in absence of a broadband network, is through satellite internet coverage, which is available to some tourist hotels. Mobile phone use was banned in 2004, but a service was reintroduced in 2008, jointly operated by the Egyptian Ostracom Company and the state-owned Korea Post and Telecommunications Corporation. According to the Daily NK website, the new service, despite its costs, has provided popular among affluent party members in Pyongyang. Domestic users are said to be able to access the official Uminikoli web portal via the 3G mobile phone network. Despite limited access within its borders, North Korea has become increasingly active on the internet for global users, opening official pages on YouTube, Twitter, photo sharing website Flickr, and Facebook. The main North Korean news agency KCNA launched a website in late 2010, replacing a previously text-only site that had operated from Japan. The news site, apparently operating from within the DPRK, offers its readers news, reports, photographs, and a video in 5 languages, including English and Spanish.